Hello everyone. Topic is state and prove addition theorem on probability. Statement: if E1, E2 are any two events of a random experiment and P is a probability function, then probability of E1 union E2 equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2 minus probability of E1 intersection E2. In this we have two cases. Now case 1. Suppose E1 intersection E2 equal to pi, then probability of E1 intersection E2 equal to 0. In a sample space we have two events, event 1, event 2, in which intersection value is pi, means we don't have any common values between event 1 and event 2. Then probability is 0. From the union axiom formula, we are writing that probability of event E1 union E2 equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2. Now, since intersection value is 0 minus 0, which will give the same value, and in place of 0 we are substituting probability of E1 intersection E2 from this sample space, then we are getting this formula: probability of E1 union E2 equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2 minus probability of E1 intersection E2. Now in this second case, intersection value is not equal to pi, which means we have some common values between event 1 and E2. Now E1 union E2 equal to E1 union E2 minus E1, which means E2 can be written as event 2 minus event 1, which will give the value of event 2, like E2 equal to E2 minus E1. Now applying probability on both sides, which give probability of E1 union E2 minus E1. Now from this, probability of E1 union E2 equal to probability of E1 plus probability of E2 minus probability of E1 intersection E2. We are writing, by using this formula, we are writing probability of E1 plus probability of E2 minus E1 minus probability of E1 intersection E2 minus E1. Since E2 which E1 intersection E2 minus E1, which means E2 minus E1 is this value, and even this both intersection value is 0. This value is 0, and E2 minus E1, which means E2 can also be written as E2, which means this all, and E1 intersection E2, this part, E2 whole E2 minus this part can be written as E2 equal to E2 minus both intersection, E2 minus this intersection part, which will give E2. We are substituting this value here, and probabilities of E1 plus probability of E2 minus probability of E1 intersection E2, which is the formula of probability of event 1 union event 2. Thank you for watching.